Right. Hello, Beth, and hello, everyone. Thank you for waiting. We just have to run back from some commitments. We are here now. Thank you for taking out time for this really prestigious scholarship for Germany. And we are glad Pakistan is still running this program, unlike other scholarships. Well,
Yeah.
hello, Beth. How are you?
Hello, how are you, Paula? And hello, everyone. Thanks that many people they are joining and they are interested in DAD scholarship. So yes, I'm here for your questions and for all the information you need about DAD scholarship.
Yeah. So I think just use the chat. Feel free to ask your question, comments in the chat. We will take them live. Okay, just to introduce myself, for those who don't know me, I'm Colin Juan, and I don't call myself a consultant. I'm more like a partner on the side, helping you get the right information because many people do not apply for scholarships because they think the application is it's very difficult, it's very long. So we are here to break it down. But over to you, Awais. You are a DAAD scholar. How was your experience so far?
So I'm Awais and I'm basically from Bartan. I did my bachelor from University of Peshawar. This was in media communication, journalism and mass communication. And then I got DAD scholarship here in University of Passau. It's a small city close to Munich, and they offer programs in public policy and good governance. And also now they started master programs in development studies. So I'm here since 2017. So I did my master on DAAD scholarship, and then I continued my PhD. Then I got another scholarship, which is German scholarship, Friedrich Ebert Stiftung. So they sponsored my PhD, and till now I'm in last year of my PhD program. So this is the short introduction. I worked as a journalist in Pakistan for BBC and different other media outlets, but it was a really good experience to get DAD scholarship because DART scholarship, they provide you everything from your visa to all your accommodation, studies here, pocket money for all your stay here. Even if you get DART scholarship for a master program, this public policy and good governance, you also get 6 months for language for free. So they enroll you somewhere in Goethe Institute or CDC where you get intensive course for German language. So you can do from very beginning to intermediate level in 6 months, and you can start talking in 6 months in German language fluently. So this is another good thing of the scholarship, and uh, you don't worry. Normally, if you come without scholarship to Germany, you have to ask about accommodation from many because it's very difficult to get apartment here or a room or dorm here. But if you come through DAD scholarship, they arrange everything for you. So that is another plus. Yeah, you don't worry about any. You just study, you do your language, and then you go to
Actually,
university.
such a relief because finding accommodation in a housing crisis is a killer. Oh.
Yes, it takes really long time. So that was a plus. And meanwhile, for example, if you focus on your language, you can have a lot of opportunities even during your studies. You can work as a research assistant in the university, or you can find other internship programs if you have just intermediate level of German language. So because now they need a lot of people for in the job market in different fields. So I mean that's a very good opportunity to come here. And what I would suggest for this is very important for those students how they apply, what is required for the application. So make your motivation letter simple and precise, because you would be required to write 1 page or 2 page motivation letter. It is very important what to include and what not to include in the motivation letter. So it should be precise, but you have to tell everything in this 1 page, like summarize your goals, what you want to do in future, for example, after this studies. So make it clear, simple, clear, and precise. And what you did. So, for example, you work somewhere, maybe also voluntarily you work. It's not important that you work with a really big organization and you say, oh, if I work with small organization, I cannot include it. No, you can include this as well. You can include your social work, your volunteer work, because it matters a lot in Germany. If you work volunteer in Pakistan for organization, for charity or something, you can write it and it matters a lot. Because they think if you can work for free, you or someone have this approach to work for the betterment of the society, right? So this is important. And then if there are 6 to 8 universities everywhere that you can every year that you can apply through DAAD scholarship. And if you choose, for example, University of Passau, you have to write 1 line or 2 line why you choose this specific university as your first priority. So you might have the options like to choose 2 universities or 3 universities. I think now you can choose 2 universities only. In my time, it was 3 universities. So first priority and second priority. And then you give reasons that why I choose first priority this university and then second priority. So your application goes to the first priority first. They see it and they check your profile, studies, everything, and then they decide if you fit here. If not, then they send your application to in a second university. And then if they don't take you, the second university, they take you. So it's like this.
So
And you
I had a question. How important is the priority choice? So, like, if your first choice is Passau, then you get the DAAD award, then they will send you to your first choice.
Yes. So
Oh,
your application, they will be considered in the first university, and they are in communication actually. So this, for example, first priority is University of Passau. They check, they do meeting, and then they say, oh, this person fits here already. Then they inform another university that he got enrolled here, and now you don't. And if not, then they say, okay, it's like this.
yeah.
So the communication is between, this is also very confusing. Like a lot of people ask me this. So you can submit one application only. You do not need to submit many to DAAD. You send application to DAAD and then send to university. It's not like this. It's all together. So if you are applying for University of Passau, you send the DAAD application form. You send the university application form all together. And then you get results in December until December 15. So if you apply this year until December 15, you get all the results from all the universities you applied.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So just to remind everyone, you are sending one application, which is the DAAD scholarship form, to the individual university. There's no separate DAAD scholarship application.
Yeah.
Okay, right. And you have to mark at least 2 top choices because your program choices matter a lot, where you want to go, and that depends what your future goals are.
Yes, so you have to relate it with your previous studies or your previous experiences as well. So don't just write that I am applying for master in public policy and good governance because I'm interested something, but you have to give 2, 3 reasons, good reasons.
Okay.
So you can say, for example, just I'm saying from my, so if you say, okay, I'm applying for a master in public policy or development studies because I worked with social a charity organization and I helped people. Simple, make it simple. I helped people and I had this motivation to study more of theoretical thing of this aspect, and then I want to work on much bigger level. So in Germany, or maybe I come back to Pakistan, and there are a lot of issues like social issues in Pakistan, and you can pick just one and say, I want to work on this when I come back to Pakistan. So it could also be a very good reason.
Yeah, I think someone said that they are applying for development challenge at Passau. Any tips for the motivational statement? Yeah, I think we pretty much covered that. But can you just take a step back and tell us what made you decide to apply for that? Like, why not? Maybe you have applied for other scholarships too, but why that? Did you feel alignment, or because that is also looking for political engagement in a positive community change? Could you comment a bit on that?
Yeah, so DAAD, as you said, it's very prestigious scholarship. A lot of people, they from different countries, every year they are applying, and then there is a competition between this profiles. So when you apply, you must mention, because DART scholarship is for Germany, so you should say something about Germany too, in general. Why you are choosing Germany? Why not USA or UK or other countries? Because you speak English, right, in Pakistan, and it's a country where you need to speak German in job market, for example. So why you choose? So you can give some reasons. For example, you say GIZ is active in Pakistan. They are working on developmental projects, right? I came to know about them. This is just, I'm giving as an example, and then you can write different things.
Yeah.
They are working on their projects in Pakistan, and I got interest to study in this country and to learn a theory and practice practical work, and then come back to my country and contribute more along with these organizations, or maybe I start my own institution organization for something. So this is important to write about Germany in general, DART scholarship. Maybe you heard about from your friends or teachers or universities, and you got motivated that, wow, this is a good opportunity. Education is free there. I don't need to pay tuition fee in Germany. And DART scholarship provide all these important resources for you to study here and learn German language. Or you can also say, I want to learn German language. I learned a little bit and I'm interested to learn more about it, or I know about German history and I'm very interested to know about yeah,
That
kind of thing.
just reminded me that while writing a motivation letter or statement of purpose, keep in mind the context of the country you are sending your application to. In Germany, where English might be a second language, would you recommend that people write their letter of motivation in a straightforward English? There's just certain way to write English language in letter of motivation, not too complex, not heavy
Yeah.
vocabulary, beating about the bush.
It should not be very flowery language that you use in the motivation letter. Like normally in Pakistan, we have this trend. I remember when we used to write something, we check, find very difficult words, or when we were like kind of examiner, they also give good grades when they see a very good. So they think this
More
is
the
smart,
better.
but in Germany, it's the other way around. So it's here. completely opposite. It should be very simple. If it's difficult and you show that like this include flowery language, maybe there are chances that they will reject your application on basis of this thing because it's not clear, it's not simple. And German also, I mean, they are not very good in English language. They are just they understand simple language, and they have very short time to evaluate your application. Like um, they receive 1,500 or 2,000 application every year, every university, and then they cannot read all the motivation letters. But what they do is first they check if you are organized or not. So, for example, they ask you uh, to put first CV, then motivation letter, then DAAD application form, then reference letter. You have to follow this sequence. Do not put motivation letter in the CV because that also matters. It shows how organized you are. So please focus on this thing, organization first, because when they receive your application first, they will see this. If it's not organized, it's trash already. They are not going to read your motivation letter. So first they do this, there are stages, and then they read motivation letter. This is the last stage, they read it. So because for them, it's a very short time here that they are evaluating and then processing all these documents. And there are two committees. One is DART committee, one is university committee. So they cannot do it. It's not possible for them. So make it clear, simple, and organized, very well organized. It's important.
All right, right. I think this goes for anything we do in life. Be organized, don't waste the time of other people, make things easier for them. It goes. But if
Yeah.
people scholarship, you want to show them you are highly committed, very serious applicant and all that.
Because there is a reason for this, if they see from your application you are not organized, you are going to make a lot of problems for them when you come to Germany. They know this because here everything is very organized and you have to follow it. So if they can also see from this that you are this kind of person, so please make sure that you
Yeah.
give this impression, right? And then, because if you come here, you do everything by your own. They just give you instructions or they send you some kind of list or email, and then you have to follow all the things practically. So this scholarship require people, yeah, very kind of independent personality, like self-made person. So they are looking for this kind of people.
Oh, okay. By self-made, I think this program requires people to have at least 1 year of work experience where you need to prove you have worked for at least 1 year. And then on top of that, if you could build more experience, because the more the better. But in terms of experience, I'm sure you have reviewed a lot of applications every year. What are the common things that stood out for you? What do people do really well, apart from the organization thing? Because there's the CV, the Europass CV, we know you have to follow a certain Europass format, but other than that, holistically, what stood out mostly for you? It is the experience people brought with them to the application.
So it's actually not only this job profession that matters a lot in the application, but I think the most important thing is your motivation letter in the application. What you want to do with your studies and with your previous experience. So it doesn't matter a lot for them that because in Pakistan, what you have experienced, it's completely different here. If you can utilize some skills, but not all, because then you change your job, for example, or organizations. And here everything works differently from Pakistan. So Normally, I think they don't require exactly that experience, but they just want to see your approach, which kind of approach you have. If your approach is good towards, for example, the betterment of society or development of society, if they know you have this motivation, you can do everything. They can utilize you everywhere. They can send you to any organization. And only even if you work voluntarily, not with organization, you can still apply if you get the certificate from that organization
Yeah.
or a reference letter from that organization. So with this, you can also, it counts as experience as well. So you can take it, but proper certificate, not it's not like just you say I worked there, right? So they can write a little bit about your work, your contribution, and organization, which could be, for example, somewhere on the website, they could be contacted if they want. So this kind of thing you can also include instead of your this really professional job. But if your job is like 1 to 2 years, it's very good. You don't need to have 5 years of experience or 10 years of experience because it's also then overqualified for master program. So it's better up to 4 years. It's what I think I have seen people. So up to 4 years or 5 years, it's much better. So it means you are fresh and you can study master and then you can work more. You have more time to, yeah.
Okay. So I think we have someone from Quetta and she was asking about Europe TV. It will be detailed. I mean, the details need to be there, like capture all the relevant details from your academic, community, and professional experience.
Yes, so Europass CV is you can get it this online. You can just put your details and then it gives you the CV, Europass CV. So this should also be 2 pages. So you can include, maybe some people include photo and just the basic details. So for example, not the date of birth or uh, like some people add more detail, extra details. So make it simple, just email, contact number, name, and then you can write about your studies, so major, bachelor or master program, whatever you have done, and then 2, 3 experiences from the job, so the which you think are more relevant. So not all the things, because in Pakistan sometimes we work in very irrelevant thing and then we include it in the CV. So here people don't understand this, that how you work there, and then so it's
Thank
you
you
are
for
not doing.
adding this. Honestly, people think that because they did something, they need to add it on the CV. Not everything needs to go there. Thank you.
Yes, yes. So it should be. You should check your CV and motivation letter again and again and see if they all are in one line. They are not in conflict. So with studies and with the subject you are applying for, it's very important from Pakistan because um, yeah, we work. I know like there are the job market is not very good in Pakistan, and then we work everywhere. So then we should not include this. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
for
Yeah,
CV, this is important thing. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Someone is really asking you if you could clarify what did you mean by self-made or independent person?
Sorry,
As
self-made.
we talk about after this scholarship, they expect you to be independent, self-made
Yes.
person.
Okay. Yeah. Which word? Which we just. So it's what I said about the organization of the application. So it's not exactly that they will check you if you are self-made or something, but it's just they will get the idea from your organization. A self-made mean that if I tell you something in written, I send you to follow these things, and you don't do it, for example, or you don't do it completely following those instructions, then I would think you need someone to tell you again, like to sit with you and do this with you. So you cannot do it alone from this, but you need someone else. You need help from someone. In Germany, normally you are alone and you get all the information, instructions, and then you follow it practically here. So this is what I think that it is very important because I went through this all thing, and I mean Germans, they are really happy if you do something once they instruct you about it, and then you do it by your own. You don't need again think help from
Follow the
someone.
instructions. Follow to the T.
Follow the rules,
Yeah, follow
instructions,
to the
and
T. Simple as that. Wow.
yes.
Okay, let's go back to the chat. I have 8 to 9 months of work experience, including voluntary work. Is it enough? 8 to 9 months of voluntary work.
And how much is professional experience?
Yeah, I don't know. They haven't commented. So Hamza, if you could unmute yourself and ask your question live if you want to.
I don't know why I can't open these
It says six
comments.
months of paid work. But I think what we are asking is how much is
Okay.
your professional experience? Yeah.
Yes, so you can apply for normally 1 year is at least 1 year experience. It's important. So if you can take a certificate from the organization for this voluntarily work for 1 year, it's okay. If not, then I mean they already said I think 1 year at least, and they need this experience. You can still apply, but it's important to have 1 year or more.
All right. Okay, I will go back to the chat in a minute, but I have a question for Awais. How easy or tough was it learning German? Do you feel that you would be able to learn a new language easily because the scholarships require you to take up German courses? Personally, for me, it's a letdown because my mind doesn't let me learn a new language at this age. So maybe people need to apply right on time that you will need to learn German to keep up.
Yes, so first, it is like I came here to Germany on summer school in 2013 from University of Peshawar. It was a bachelor program for some 2 weeks. So I came to Germany, and then I thought it's very difficult to learn German language because I heard stories from people that they are here for 10 years or 5 years, and they did not learn this language. It's very difficult. So those stories were in my mind when I went back to Pakistan, and then I thought maybe I won't go to Germany again because language is very difficult. But then when I came for master program again for on DAAD scholarship, uh, as I said, we got intensive program for learning German language, 6 months program. So if you get admission like until December 15, then next year you come in April to Germany. And from April to October, you learn only German language, and it's intensive program. So it's like you going to school at 7 a.m. in the morning, and then
Oh
until
my God.
yeah, then
Please,
until
God, the torture.
yes, it was like school time. Yeah, so you wake up early in the morning, and then you go to the language. And we didn't know anything. I just knew 2 words like of German language. And from this intensive course, you have tests every week and then every month. So they see your progress. And if, for example, you are not very good in learning a new language, then they also provide you private tutor in this. Yeah. So then you stay longer. Then you come at 4 p.m.
Oh
Other people
no.
come to 2 p.m.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
learn. So
definitely.
this is individual tutor that you get from there. It's also free, like DAD pay for it. And then, I mean, you learn it. If you don't learn, you learn it because
Even,
it's,
yeah.
yes. And another thing of this master program is that if you don't have B2 language, you cannot get the degree. So you have to have B2 certificate. B2 mean advanced level, intermediate. Yeah. So this also pushes you a little bit to learn this language and get this certificate. So we got B1 certificate from this 6 months course, and then after that we did B2 in the university. So if you go to university, again, there is German language is free. You can go to any class, you can sit there and you can learn from the beginning or intermediate or advanced, any class. You can change it even. You can switch the classes. So it's very good, I mean, for learning. Also, some people go to beginner class one day, another day they go to intermediate class. They sit in all those classes and they learn all, they do revision as well. Um, yes, so you have a lot of time here and a lot of possibilities to learn language. So then, I mean, it's difficult, the language is difficult, but if you have this much of opportunities, then I think everybody learn it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you will make an effort because you got this culture. Why not take up the advantage? It's good for your brain as well,
it's good.
neuroplasticity.
Yes, yes, that's also, yeah, it's a plus. And in Pakistan, we normally like speak few languages, Urdu, English, and then maybe a local language, yeah? Three, four languages, everybody. So I think we can learn a new language a little bit faster than people who knew only one language or two languages. So it's easier if you focus on, yeah, for 1 year, maybe.
I think Jade has a question. Jade, over to you. You can unmute yourself and yeah, feel free to ask your question.
Hello, I am audible.
Yeah.
Hi.
Thank you so much for arranging such a insightful session. Uh, I want, I have two questions. I will divide them in two parts. First of all, I have recently graduated from Teach for Pakistan. So I have worked on ending educational inequity in Pakistan. So it involves two major sides. One, working in the education sector, and second is the system change or policy making. So, what ways you should suggest me? What program you would suggest me to apply? Or because I have extensive experience in on both sides, on education side as well, and policy and system change as well. I can relate and write a good motivation letter on both sides. And the second thing is that is IELTS mandatory because I am planning to give IELTS in the next week because I am preparing my IELTS since last week. So I want more practice to give my exam. So it will take 15 days to have my results in my hand, and the deadline is 13th of July. So can I submit my IELTS exam results after the application, just like in August?
For the first question, I got that you did something in education, and what's another subject?
Uh, I I I did 2 year fellowship in uh, an organization which is named as Teach for Pakistan, which is a independent organization of Teach for All network in 61 countries around the world. So
Mhm.
every country has independent partners. Teach for India, teach for UK, teach for USA, teach for Pakistan, just like chapters, 61 chapters in 61 different countries. So it is basically working on ending educational inequity.
Oh,
So,
educational inequality. Okay.
Education and
inequity.
Inequality.
inequality. Yeah.
Okay.
And inequality is different. It is inequity. It is working for underserved communities and making them able to achieve goals equal to the elite class. So it is inequity. Inequity is giving someone
Okay.
what they deserve. Yeah. जो उनको need होती है ना, we have to give that. So equality is equal, but inequity is what someone needs, we have to provide them. So it's equity. So uh, basically, our 2 years work involves uh, stakeholder management, and we work in a government school, and uh, our learnings directly impact the policy and Teach for Pakistan then makes the policy and present it to the Ministry of Federal Education and Professional Training, and policy making is also is a part of our job. So should I apply for the educational program or policy program which is a higher selection rate? I can relate and write a good motivational letter for both. That's why I policy making and education side. Yeah.
Yes. So I think it's more relevant to the policy thing, like because public policy, good governance, and development studies, they are also working on this inequity. And there are all different programs like subjects that you can take in both the subjects, and public policy is more relevant because public policy you can work on different issues where you see inequity, and you can, I mean, relate your previous experience with it, and in the future you can work after you study the theoretical framework of public policy. Because in Pakistan, normally you can also give a good reason that in Pakistan, very few universities they offer programs in public policy and good governance. I think there are very few universities, not all. So this is one of the reason that you can mention or write in the motivation letter. And this is very relevant experience that you can, yeah, you can write it in your motivation letter. Education is then a little bit general, and but this inequity, it's very relevant to your experience. And second question you asked about IELTS. So IELTS, some universities they require IELTS, and it's always the best if you, for example, if you have IELTS and then if you apply, even if they don't require, you can add it to your application. So they know that, okay, your communication is very good in English and you can write, and because the degree program, it's in English. So if you have good bands in IELTS, that's always the best that you can include it in your application if even they don't require. But for example, if you are applying for Erfurt University, this is Willy Brandt School in Erfurt, so they normally require IELTS. And so if you do it, it's good, do it. If you don't have IELTS, also you can submit your results later. There's no problem. You can just mention that I have test on blah blah this date, and then you can submit your results later, because until December you have time, December 15th. And if you don't have IELTS, for the other candidates, you can also take this certificate from your department that your previous degree was in English, and yeah, you can communicate in English, and yeah, everything right. Great.
Thank you so much, Awais. I already have my English proficiency certificate from university, and I'm planning to give my IELTS next week. So hopefully I will get my result in August. I just wanted to ask, whether I can submit the result after the application, because I was so worried about, because I need practice time. Otherwise, I will get less I bands as I deserve. So that's why I am planning to
Yes,
give
you
my.
can definitely submit it later. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
You're
okay.
welcome.
I think we can go back to the chat, read a couple of questions. Okay, someone is asking, do I need to mention the honorary certificate or appreciation letter from bosses in my Europass CV? Does it count as a bonus?
The honorary certificate from where?
Yeah, I think they're looking for appreciation letters from the employer, if they can add those in the CV. I think you can.
In the CV?
Yeah, in the TV. There's no place to do that. In the TV, you can extra document there.
I don't know about it personally, but CV in Europa CV there are a lot of categories that you can add a lot of information. But I will prefer, or I will suggest that you should make it simple, not very complicated. Because if you get a letter from your employer, you can add it separately to your application because it's part of this reference letter, for example. So you can get one letter from your employer, and then he mentioned all the things for you that, okay, maybe he addressed the university in this letter, and then he say he or she worked here and was, I mean, he's satisfied from your work and you are a good applicant. You are a good applicant for this program, something like that. And then you separately this letter you can add it to your application.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
recommendation letter, you can add
kind of
one,
it.
two lines of compliment, like professional compliment from your employer with respect
Yeah.
to the program you are going for, how you have prepared yourself for the career, etc. You can add one, two compliments from them.
Yes, and again, one tip for this. So for the reference letter, normally, if you go to the employer or to this professor or someone in the academia, normally, this is a trend also in Pakistan, unfortunately. They have one letter in their computer or laptop, they take it and they just change the name and they give it to you. And then when you see the letter, it's very, it doesn't make any sense. It's very general. So just try what I did. I'm sharing my experience. I checked the letter I got. It was also general, and then I asked him that can I write, and then I send it to you, and then you can check it. If you add or you edit or you think it's irrelevant, I can also make bullet points for you, and then you can, because I know about this program more. I know about my previous experience. It's everywhere like this, not only in Pakistan. So you can maybe if the professor know you very well and he gives you time, he can write it. But normally they don't have this much time and they don't do it. It's free thing, so they say no. And then you can check, and then he will sign or stamp it, and yeah, that's always the best. So
Wow, wow. Yeah, like you would say, recommendation can be very generic. It's the same one template. They don't have time to make their job easier. Tell them, remind them in what capacity you work with them. Maybe highlight a significant research project you did, and the employer will remember or your professor will remember. So yeah,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Many times there are even mistakes of spellings and very basic things
Oh, yeah.
which gives a very bad impression. So you have to check it two, three times, even your application, because if you write a motivation letter, don't just write a motivation letter and submit it. Write motivation letter every day. Check it in the morning because you are fresh. Check it if there is a mistake, if it makes sense. Just think that you are someone, you are a stranger, you don't know this person, this motivation letter, and how you what impression you get from this motivation letter. So just think that you are someone else, and now read it, this thing. And then, yes, and then add something, edit something, because it's always you can do better. You can improve it. There is always this space for improvement. So check it for 2-3 weeks again and again. Then ask someone else, maybe a professional, maybe who is good in English or something, or your professor. He can also read and tell you, okay, this is good, this is not.
Yeah, that's a very good tip. Come back, think over it, come back, take some coffee, come back, and then review again.
Yeah, it's very, and the first paragraph of your motivation letter, it should be very interesting. It should not be boring that I'm applying for master, because everywhere every person write this. I'm applying for master program, and so write something different. You can do it. You can write a teaser or something. After 2 years of wonderful experience in my organization, now I am entrusted to something like this. So because if it's changed, if it's different, they will definitely read it, because it's different from other applications. So always try to write something different, not the same thing from Google. And you can definitely check on Google different motivation letters from Oxford University or from different Harvard University or good universities. But do not copy those things. So just get some idea from it, how they do it, and then do it by your own, because you can write something very unique. Nobody else can write this, what you can write. For if your English is not good, you can ask someone else, but write by your own.
Yeah. I mean, if your narrative, you would have observed something in your community for which you are writing about it. But instead of reporting, I'm interested in this program is very good. In the introduction, they know you are applying for this program. It's irrelevant. You don't have to repeat all over again.
Yes. And then if you say, for example, I'm applying for Germany because I'm interested, then after full stop, you have to give the reason why you are interested. You don't just leave it, I'm interested. Yeah, write one sentence so it makes sense, make it logical for them. And then if you want to do something for the betterment of society, why and where and how you do. So just write in 1 or 2 sentences how you are doing. So they think, okay, you are a practical person, you know everything and you are writing. So don't go into detail, but just in few sentences, write it to make it logical.
Yeah. Okay, I think Sufyan wants to take a question live. Sufyan, over to you.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for organizing this wonderful meeting. Well, my thank you. I'm thanking you. So I'm Mohammad Sufyan from Mardan, basically the hometown of Awais Ahmad. So I'm really happy to see him studying at such a prestigious university. So
yeah.
I've done my bachelor's in sociology from Akam Abdul Wali Khan University, Mardan, and I graduated last year and have relevant experiences to my field and the courses I am going to apply to. So I have some questions related to the scholarship. On the website, it is mentioned that one of the course which I am going to apply is the social protection program. It is mentioned on the website that you have to provide a certificate for the English language requirement, basically, that you have to provide a certificate of C1 level. So, and it's also written that a student can also give a certificate from like English proficiency certificate from the university, that the course of like during my bachelor studies, I have done that in English language. So do I need to present some IELTS course is a requirement to this program, or will the English proficiency certificate from the university, will it work? Because as I don't have IELTS now, so will the English proficiency certificate work for this specific course? Another question which I have, should I continue?
Yes.
Okay. Another question which I have is that it's they have written that you should prioritize your courses, like what's your first priority and what's your second. So I want to ask that, like, what they in what sense they are asking this question. Do they want to know that why you are pursuing this course first? I mean, like, why you are interested in the course content of this master program, like for example social protection, and or do they want to ask that why you are, like, why this university is your first priority? Or do they want to ask that why why you are interested in this in the course content of this program? And last question, which is basically about the volunteer work, since I have some like paid experience related to my related to the courses as well. So apart from that, I have volunteer experiences too. So do I need to well, I don't have the certificates from the volunteer courses, volunteer work that I have done, because they are local organizations and do not provide like certificates, the volunteer certificates I'm talking about actually. So is it okay if I mention that in my CV or my motivation letter, and I don't have a certificate for the volunteer work actually? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Yes, you have very relevant questions. The first question was about the language, right? English language. And so for the language, you can definitely get the certificate from the university. This language proficiency certificate, it works. You can get it. If you have time, as I said before, if you have time, you can go for IELTS. This is always the best thing you can do. But if you don't have time, or you say, okay, I cannot do IELTS, I'm not prepared yet, then you can also get this proficiency certificate, language proficiency certificate, and it works actually. The priorities you talked about of the universities, so they are not looking for why you are choosing this university based on their location, for example, or something, but it's always the contents. They are, for example, you if you are applying for in university in Berlin, you should check the program on their website in detail. So your program, if it's master or bachelor, you can go to the website, you can see which subjects are there in this program. So you can maybe choose 2-3 subjects from this program and write it in the motivation letter that these subjects are very unique, that this university is offering, and I'm very interested in these subjects, for example, or any content. Or you can later on also just write one line about the city, for example, that Berlin city is it's very historical, and I want to explore museum or something, and that's what also attracted me to get enrolled in this university. This also you can write, but the most important is the contents, what they are offering and why you are applying for this university. So for example, University of Passau, so it's a research-based university. It's more research-oriented because you will be writing papers, research papers, term papers. So if you are applying for Passau University, you can mention this one line, like this. There are many universities when you are applying. They are not research oriented, they are more practical, they are focusing on practical work. So you can then mention this. It helps a lot. And it also gives a good impression that you know about the university a little bit. You have some, you did some research, and you have some knowledge about the course. The last question you asked about the experience, volunteer experience. So if you have the certificate for one or two things, professional work, as you said, you work for paid organizations as well. You can add these certificates and the other experiences you have for which you don't have the documents or certificate, which are local organization. You can also mention this in the motivation letter, but again, you have to relate it with your goals, that how it is related to this program and what you can do after your studies from the combination of this experience and studies. So it's always good. You don't need certificate then. You just need certificate for to as a requirement for this 1 year experience. So if you have another certificate which is also relevant, you can add that certificate, and then 2, 3, 4 experiences you have with different organization, you can write it in the motivation letter, but always relate it to your goal. So write all the relevant experiences only.
Yeah,
I hope I answered your question.
yeah. Because we understand how difficult it is to get a certificate just because you volunteer for 1 month, and it was just a volunteer and people forget about it.
Yes, yes. So in this case, like if you work 1 month or 2 months, or sometime, you just work, it's not even proper organization. It's just some people come and work for some, like I don't know, giving food on this in Ramadan in Pakistan to people. So this is, but then you can include just the experience, not the time frame, that from when to when I worked or something like this. But you can just say that I was involved in this teamwork as a team player, right? Very active, and we contributed. So you can write the name of this program or project and just mention. So it gives impression that yes, you are working. Basically, the logic behind this is only this, to make sure that you are working, you are active, you work somewhere. This is the thing. Yeah.
I think I will add to this more one step further, because while you are highlighting what you did with whom, also talk about the impact of what you did. Maybe you learned something about the challenge in your community, allow you to further in that cause. Your professional experience, or you highlighted something related to sustainability development, go one step further, because we just complete your story there. I think just writing down what you did is not enough. Complete that story there.
Yes. And this is also like sometimes we ignore or we forget about, or we think it's a small work. So we did some volunteer work and we think, oh, it's very small, we didn't get money for it or something, but it's not small, it's a big thing. If you work even a very on level in your village or something on a very small base, something with 2, 3 people, help people, something, you can also mention that. It's a big thing because nobody paid you something and you just did it by your own. Yeah, you started, and this is it means you had this motivation and you want to work.
Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, I think I was asking one more question before. Will those who have completed the A1 level of the German language be given weightage during selection process? A1 level of German language.
Yes, yeah. German language, it always gives you a more they will prioritize you. yeah, H. And if you have A1, you can mention it in the DAAD application form, which is the green form. You would have seen this when you downloaded. This is a green form. And they ask you if you have German, if you have learned German language or if you have a certificate. So you can mention this. And it's always good that you do German language in Pakistan, Namal University or wherever they offer, and you can send them your certificate that I do A1 or A2 level, even after submitting your application. So it's good. Yeah.
Right, right. Okay. Okay, one more question. I think we can take two more questions and we wrap up.
Mhm.
How to justify a 1 year gap in TV? During that time, I was preparing for exams at home. How to fit that in TV?
Sorry again.
They have a 1 year gap and they
Yeah.
want to justify that 1 year gap in their TV. And during that time, they were preparing for exam. I'm not sure which exams it was, though.
Yes, if it's very important CSS exams or something, you can say for competitive exams, or I was looking for different fields during this time, and I was looking for universities in Germany, and then I found this university specifically which you are applying for. So this also justify your because a lot of people they just take a little break to think about their field, about their studies, where to go, what to do. So you can say I was just doing my research to find a good university, to find a good scholarship, even DAAD scholarship after 1 year of experience meeting people or talking to people, I got to know that this is something I can do it. So yes, 1 year is not a very big gap. I think you can justify it easily.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
they're really looking if you have done something year on year. They're looking if you have been consistent in the development sector because the whole program is development center. And that
Yeah.
brings me to a question I have because compared to this scholarship, like if I have to give an example from Stevening for the UK, even on Stevening you prioritize top 3 choices for your UK program, and they all have to be related to each other in terms of content, curriculum, and future goals right after the program. They have to be similar. I'm just wondering that we have a whole list of programs for the scholarship. So it is okay if someone is going for development studies and the other program is social protection or public policy. Will that be okay?
This is a good
Or it
question.
has to
I
be
think,
similar?
yeah, it should be similar. So if they are going for public policy, it should be public policy. Initially, I mean, because if you say public policy and then you say development studies, there is a little bit difference, but still there is difference. So uh, then you have, I mean, you need to write another motivation letter for that. And
Yeah.
now you have here, yeah, you have the chance to write one motivation. So in terms of content or university, you can definitely change because sometimes, for example, public policy program, there are names which are a little bit different in other universities. So it's not exactly public policy and good governance, but maybe public policy and civil society, something like that. So it's also the same. But if it's development studies or the other program, so it's different then. So you have to try to find similar programs, not different programs. So you can write one motivation letter, all your experiences, everything that goes in this same program.
Yeah.
You know?
Or if you feel that, okay, only just one program meets my interest or ambition, maybe just go with one program. You don't have to force yourself to apply to two programs if they don't match.
It's also, yeah, it's also a thing that people apply for one university, one program, just with the two because normally with public policy program and development studies, every university offer this, every other university. So you can have always two options you can choose, and then it's good that if one university, there are many applicants or something, you can go to another university. It's also good, but it's not necessary that you must do this. So if you are interested in one program, you think it's just fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay, I think we can take one last question and then we can let Awais go and have his morning or afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay, someone has an engineering degree and they have 2 years of experience in education or public policy. Can they apply for 2 different programs if they can justify?
They have 2 year experience and
They have an engineering degree with 2 years of experience in the education or public policy sector. Can they apply for 2 different programs if they can justify?
which programs?
Yeah, that is something they need to ask. Okay, so
So
say,
if they can,
if you
if
could,
they,
yeah, I think you can let him unmute and ask, but please try to be brief. We really need to wrap by 2:30.
yeah.
Hello, Awais. I have a question that I myself have engineering degree. I am a civil engineer basically, and I have
Mhm.
worked in engineering sector for 1 year, and then I felt that it is not a meaningful work, and then I joined social organization and then worked there for 2 years. And now I am pursuing my B.Ed Bachelor of Education as well, but it is not completed. So I am applying with a degree in engineering for public policy or education related programs. Can I apply or should I apply for one engineering program and one public policy? And I can justify both because I have experience in engineering as well and as well as in my education and public policy because I realized after some years that I have to do meaningful work and I have references both from university supervisor as well and from my organization as well. They will give a good references for me and I can write good motivational letters as well. And I am interested in both fields and I am confused right now. Yeah.
So actually for this program, MPPGG, Master in Public Policy and Good Governance, this DAAD scholarship is only for public policy and development studies and social sciences and not for engineering. For engineering, you have to apply separately, not together with this program. And it's not also possible because it's completely different. Engineering and public policy, it's totally different. So first, you cannot apply through this scholarship through this program directly because this program only includes subjects of social sciences, which includes development studies, civil society, public policy. And if you are applying for engineering, you can definitely apply separately through DAAD portal, through DAAD website. But this program, public policy program, there you can only pick 8 universities or 7 universities who offers programs in public policy and development studies.
Yeah. No. No.
So can I apply with an engineering degree in public policy and it will not impact my application?
No, with engineering degree, they won't accept for public policy.
You won't even qualify because they
Just because I was
government. Yeah.
Very different. Yeah, unfortunately.
but I have 2 years.
But I mean, you can
I
apply
have
for
2 years
engineering.
of,
It's even better.
Yeah. No,
but
I
I
think
have 2 years of extensive experience in education sector and it's global experience as well. And I am going on a Teach for All conference in Malaysia in August, fully funded. So
Yes,
I
if
have
you
shifted my field.
Yes, so for master program in public policy, you require bachelor in social sciences. It is one of the requirement. If you do have this requirement and then your experience is very good, you mentioned, you could definitely apply for this program. But this basic thing is bachelor program. You should have it in social sciences. Engineering is then different field. So
Yeah, like I'm just
Yes, I am pursuing that as well. I am doing Bachelor of Education, but it is under progress. Yeah.
yes. So when you complete your education degree.
yeah, you must have completed, graduated,
Yeah,
bachelor.
you must have, yeah,
Yes, I will complete my Bachelor of Education at the end of this year, so I can apply for the next
next
year
year.
program
Yes.
in the
Yes, yes.
Okay,
and
I'm really not completely eliminated in the webinar. Okay. Okay, well, I'm glad these questions are coming. You know, people are trying to make an effort. I know
Yeah,
it's not a passion for many. They want to shift to development sector. They're trying to back.
yeah,
Yeah, so I appreciate that. I mean, better now than late. You know, some people have a very crappy job which they don't enjoy. So better to make a meaningful contribution.
yeah. Mhm.
Okay, about any last advice, any piece of advice, someone who is starting now with
Um,
the application?
so the advice is you have to submit your application on time before the deadline. Complete application, do not miss anything. If there is language certificate missing, that's fine, you can submit it later. And as I said, for motivation letter and reference letter, be very careful. Do check it, double check it from other people, from your teachers or someone else who is good at English, and just write your own ideas and your own thing. Do not copy other people or Google or something, because it wouldn't make you it's yeah, so it's always what you write unique something, and because you know about your experiences very well and not another person. I got a lot of messages sometime and people say, okay, what's the procedure? And then at the end of the day, they ask for to write a motivation letter for me or something. So then
Oh,
I say,
wow, that is rude.
yes, that you won't get selected if I write, because you know better about yourself and not me. Yes, so just this is from my side, and then I wish you all best of luck for your
Best of luck,
applications.
everyone. Thank you all for joining. Even though we have a very small cohort that is going right to my YouTube channel, and believe me, when people read this, listen to this, they will feel very inspired. Try and do your best shot. Whether or not
Mhm.
you get selected, there is a learning curve. You know more about yourself when you are actually writing an application.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
that
everyone,
makes
thank you.
difference.
And people are saying thank you to you too. Thank you. And I will be in touch with you. Take care. Have a good day.
You are welcome. Thank you. Have a good day. You too. Bye.
Bye.